How's it going, guys? It's the Pixelated Pumpkin, and in today's video, I'll be discussing the rest of Tekky Toys Halloween 2022 lineup. Now, I've already covered a great majority of their lineup, but they released all their props on their website, and there are just a few I have yet to talk about. Most of them are not animatronics, a lot of them are tabletops and hanging props, but still, I think most of them are really good, and I still want to talk about them here. And if you want to see my discussion of all their real life-size animatronics they have this year, check out my Party City video and my Big Lots video, as that is where most of them come from, and you'll be able to see all of them there, and there are a lot of fantastic ones this year. So overall, once again, Tekky Toys has absolutely smashed it out of the park this year. I'm gonna say for last year from Tekky Toys, I think overall their lineup was a little bit better just because they had so much new stuff, and they don't have as much new stuff this year, but I still think this is an incredible lineup for them, especially because they have Torture Box Woman, which is definitely the best prop of the year in my opinion. But we won't be discussing again any animatronics today, we're just discussing the rest of their lineup. So I say without further ado, we do have quite a few items to look at, so let's get started. Here we have the skeleton peekaboo doll, and I have to say this is a great little tabletop, and it certainly is scary, which you don't see much for tabletops, especially a jump scare tabletop. I think we've probably only seen around 10 of those in total over all the years. So I think it's great to have another jump scare tabletop prop, since that is just such an untapped market, and I really like this one. It's very similar to their 3-foot peekaboo Polly they are selling at Big Lots this year, which I already talked about, but honestly, I think this little tabletop has a better jump scare with how quick her hands come down, and I think it is a great jump scare. It uses Lunging Lily's audio just like the Peekaboo Polly 3-foot character being sold at Big Lots, but overall, I have to say this is just a great tabletop, and I really hope this means that Peekaboo Penny is going to come back soon, since they're doing so much around Peekaboo Penny almost. They're making a whole bunch of props inspired by her, basically. So I really hope Tekky will bring back Peekaboo Penny soon, and I would love to see Peekaboo Penny come back, but I still love this tabletop for what it is. It is a great little tabletop. Next up, we have yet another brand new Flaming Pumpkin from Tekky Toys. They come out with a whole bunch of these every year, and I could not be more happy since I love these so much. I own 3, and maybe I'll get one more, but these new ones don't really fit the others' theming as they take on a much more molten aesthetic, especially this one. And I have to say, I love the originality here. It looks so awesome. Just overall, a fantastic Flaming Pumpkin design, but it kind of has the issue that I had with the other smaller ones released at Home Depot last year, which I both have, and it's that you can't really see the flame effect all too much. I really think they should make the eye holes and the mouth a lot wider and bigger so you could really see the incredible flame effect they have on the inside. And especially this one here, you can't see it all that great, but it is cool that they have this awesome molten aesthetic going on. I really love the way it looks. Overall, another great addition to the Flaming Pumpkin lineup, and I might be picking this one up this year. I don't think so, though, as it's not really my favorite, but we do have one more Flaming Pumpkin this year to take a look at, but we'll get into that later. Next up, we have the first of their new hanging props for this year, being the witch, and I have to say, for all things considered, this is a great witch prop. Now, of course, it's not animated, and I think I would like to see it as a life-size character, but Tekky Toys already has released 2 witches that are life-size standing animatronics that are very similar looking to this one in the past 2 years now, one being from this year, being sold at Home Depot, which, again, not talking about in this video. But as for a hanging prop, I think this is actually really good, and especially for a witch prop as well. I think the design is very simple but very classic, and I love that the most. My favorite witches are just the simple green witches that look like this, and I really can't complain about how it looks here. And also, the audio is awesome on this one. Most witches have the cheesiest and most goofy sounding audio, but this one just has simple cackling and it works so well, and I really like it. Overall, this is a great hanging character, and there are, I'm pretty sure, 1 or 2 more hanging characters that are really cool, and I hope Tekky makes more of these. They're simple, but they're great. So, let's continue on.
You do not belong here. This is the house of the dead.
Next up, we probably have my favorite thing that they're offering this year that isn't an animatronic, being this hanging pumpkin guy. And I have to say, this guy is awesome. And I obviously love him for obvious reasons, of course. But anyways, I just think this is a fantastic hanging prop. Now, the audio is a little bit weird and doesn't really fit the prop all too well, but I still think it's a cool voice, and I mean, it kind of fits how the prop looks, but the phrases themselves don't really match up, which I don't have too big of a problem with. I think his design is great. He has a simple clothing scheme, but I do like how he has the rib cage, and his face looks like a really, really unique jack-o'-lantern. It looks alien almost, which I like a lot. Overall, it is another great hanging prop, and again, I really hope they make more of these because these are really fantastic. I like how his eyes light up, of course, and just overall, a really, really solid hanging prop.
You have chosen an excellent resting place.
Next up, we have a nice and simple tabletop. I forget the exact name of it, but I think for all things considered, it is just nice and simple, and it works well. All I'm hoping is that the hand is big enough to be an actual human hand size, but I mean, from the video, it looks quite small, so I don't think we're going to get that exactly. But still, I think it's cool, and I'm surprised it actually says things rather than just have the ringing of the bell sound, and I kind of like that as well, how it actually says stuff. It makes it more unique. And obviously, it reminds me of Hector from Breaking Bad. That's just something that made me laugh when I saw it with the ringing of the bell. So that is another great thing about this prop. But overall, if you're doing a hotel theme or something like that, this is the perfect little tabletop to put at the entrance to the haunt, I would say. At like a check-in counter or something like that. Really cool stuff, and I like it a lot. Next up, we got another hanging one, but this time it's animated, being the shaking clown. And I have to say, all things considered, I don't think this one is actually that good. I do like how it's animated, and I do love how it reuses Thrashing Clown's audio, as that is a great clown audio. But just for his design, he's not really creepy and extremely, extremely basic. If this guy's a solid price, I'm going to say around 40 bucks, that is actually a pretty fair price for him, considering he does shake and he looks quite large. But if he's anything more than that, I don't think it's worth it in my opinion. I think he looks very basic. The face mold doesn't look that good either. It looks very cheap looking. And just overall, he's just really, really boring looking. So definitely not my favorite of the hanging ones. I do like the other two better, even though this one is animated. I don't think many hanging props need animation. When it's there, it's nice, especially here. But still, I just think he's way too boring looking to really be anything special. But still, if he's a decent price, I say he's worth it. Next up, we have the other flaming pumpkin they're offering this year. Again, it's really leaning into the molten theming, which I like a lot, honestly. But I have the same problems with this one as I did with the other one earlier in the video, that the mouth and eye holes really are not big enough to see the flame effect all too well. I think it's a little bit better here. You could definitely see a little bit more of it through the eyes. But still, I really do think they should have way wider mouths and eyes to really see that flame effect, because that's basically the whole point of these. But I do think I like the design of this one a little bit better. I think the other one just kind of looked a little bit weird, and honestly, I think I might like this one better. Overall, this is another solid addition to the Flaming Pumpkin lineup. Again, I really just wish they would go back to what they did with the original Flaming Pumpkins and just have a very wide and open mouth to really see the flame effect in there. But still, a really cool Flaming Pumpkin regardless. Next prop we have is a bump and go fluffy spider, I guess you could call it. I'm not sure if it's a bump and go prop where it actually hits a wall and turns around, or just turns around randomly, but regardless, I think it is still a cool little spider prop. I mean, it's not that special, and I think it could have been a little bit more detailed, but for what it is, I think it's cool, since I don't really think we've seen anything quite like this before, at least the fluffier spiders. But still, it's cool. I do like the orange and black color scheme. I would love to see a black and orange jumping spider. I think that's something they could make, which would be really cool, very similar to the red and black jumping spider. But still, really cool little spider prop. Not too much to say about it. That does it for the videos Tekky posted, but we still have a few images of props they have yet to show us videos of. Here we have this peekaboo looking bear. I assume that it's going to have its eyes or hands in front of its eyes or face, and then it's going to pull back and do a little jump scare. I'm pretty sure Tekky has made a few teddy bears that are very similar to this. It just looks like it's a new color scheme. But anyways, I think this is still cool. I do like their teddy bear lineup. I really wish they would bring back the original teddy bear, though, since I think that one is super creepy with him stabbing himself like that. But still, this seems like another nice addition to the creepy teddy bear lineup they have. Next up, we have two little props that are being sold at CVS, and I'm pretty sure these are just real Jack-in-the-Boxes. I know they have Jack-in-the-Boxes in the past, Tekky, that use batteries to run, but these look like just straight-up real Jack-in-the-Boxes. So they're really not even animatronics or really a tabletop. It's just a Halloween-themed Jack-in-the-Box. But I do like these two, and just for the sake of being thorough, I'll talk about them here. Pumpkin one, I really like. I don't really like the design on the actual box, though. And then the cat one, I like not as much as the pumpkin, but I do like the design on the box better. So overall, I think these two are fine. They're kind of cute looking, kind of vintage looking. I do like the vintage look they have on them. That's pretty much it, everybody. So I'll give you my overall thoughts on Tekky Toys this year, and then we'll wrap up the video. Alright everybody, that does it for the rest of Tekky Toys' Halloween 2022 lineup. Overall, in terms of their animatronics, which again, if you want to see all those, just check out my Home Depot video, my Big Lots video, and my Party City video, and I'm pretty sure Spirit Halloween Day got Bag of Bones there this year. But overall, I think this is another fantastic year for Tekky. For the past 3 years now, my favorite props of the year have been from them. So overall, I say they've been killing it every year. They are my favorite Halloween animatronic company of all time, and I just love all their props every year. They do such a great job, especially with Torture Box Woman this year. That is definitely the best prop. And as for the stuff I talked about in this video, they're smaller things. I really like the hanging products. I really hope they make more of them in that style, especially the witch and the pumpkin. But overall, I have to say for the tabletops as well, they are killing it. I really do like the peekaboo doll. Just overall, a very, very good year for Tekky once again. They have been killing it these past couple years, so next year I hope they're going to bring us some extra scary stuff like we've been asking for, and they kind of delivered on that this year. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for Tekky Toys Halloween 2022. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to like and subscribe as always. Also, check out my merch and my Instagram in the description below. And with all that, everybody, as always, this is Pixelate Pumpkin, signing out.